Good morning and welcome to Off the Mat. I'm your host, Laurie Andriacchio, and I'm here taking my yoga practice off my mat and going out into the world to find you inspirational people and ideas to help you elevate and enhance your life so you can create the most awesome version of yourself ever. So on that note, today we're talking wine. So better way to hit it. And today we have Henry Scalfo joining us. Hi. Thanks for hanging with me today.
No, it's great. It's my pleasure
He's
to be
a
here.
wine guru. He's going to enlighten us today.
Wine guru.
Wine
I'm
guru.
that guy.
Yes, you are that guy. So he's also going to help take some of the mystery and pretentiousness out of choosing a wine and enjoying the whole wine experience.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hope so.
you're the guy to do that. So, shall we start with your
Sure.
interest in wine and
Yeah, well,
how you...
thank you for having me come on. And when you asked and you told me about the concept of presenting to your guests, ways to enhance and live, and how wine can do that, and I thought, well, that's the perfect thing. Wine, it's great, and it's also something that we tend to make too pretentious and too crazy and magical, and it can be all those things. It could be really
Whatever
complicated,
you
or
want, yeah.
it can be very simple and enjoyable. And I think what we want to do is just break it down and make it simple and enjoyable.
So, the holiday time is upon us, apparently, and
Holidays coming.
parties and celebrations happening. So, how do I be a thoughtful host or a gracious guest coming with a gift of wine? Help me pick out a wine.
Well, we all have wines that we enjoy, but the true adventure is to try other things and learn more. And because the more we know, the more we experiences that we can receive it. Mm-hmm. And I think the enjoyment of wine, to me, is something that begins. You have to take a little step back. We've always drank. This is the wines I drank, and this is what somebody comes over and brings me. Just take a step back, because really, to enjoy wine, I believe you need to drink real wine.
Exactly. So real wine being?
Real wine being what we would call like an artisan wine, something made from an artisan winemaker. I've used this analogy before. You have an artisan bread maker. You have an artisan cheese maker. You have these artisans creating these magnificent crafts. Well, the same is true for wine. You want somebody who's giving you a wine that represents the terroir, represents the grape, but not just the grape, the soil, the earth, everything about that wine, about that little piece of land, and does it honestly and unpretentiously without trying to mask it or make it be something else. And that's where it really starts to get enjoyable. That's where you really start to find that perhaps those wines that you didn't like because you were drinking, I'll use the word industrial wines, if I may.
May.
And maybe I'll give you some examples. And when you drink an artisan wine versus an industrial wine, it's night and day. If I may, from personal experience, I was that guy for many years. I drank, was at my local liquor store and whatever some magazine told me was 90-some points. And, I got to get that. This is
with the perfect label.
The perfect label,
the perfect
shelf
spot
talker.
right.
It got 91 points from some wine
good.
critic. So it must be good. And in many cases they are. But you had a particular palate you always gravitated toward. So for me it was big beefy reds and big oaky Chardonnays. And somebody introduced me to a small artisan wine shop, boutique, that represents only artisan winemakers, small families that the big importers overlook. These guys and gals are mostly in Europe. Their yield is so small, the big importers aren't really interested. They're looking for somebody that's going to do, 100,000 cases or something, or don't waste my time if you're only doing 1,000 cases or 400 cases.
And then you miss the connection of the love in the family and everything that's put into
And
the energy that's put
yes,
into the wine.
most of these artisan farms are family-owned farms in generations, and they keep it that way. And many of them, most of them, at least the ones that I work with, are organic and or biodynamic, which is even more challenging to maintain because they do things based on the phases of the moon and only what's on that property or on that farm. They don't take anything in from
Wow.
outside the farm to make the wine.
Talk about really connecting.
Very connecting, very passionate people, which is probably why they make such good wine, because they have attention to detail.
Right.
Whether it's the biodynamics of it or not, the rules that make the wine so good, or their passion, I don't know.
It's a combination of.
It's a combination of both, I think. Drinking, those big reds and those big oaky Chardonnays, we all like them. From start with something, or if somebody's drinking Pinot Grigio, that's very popular, white Pinot Grigio. You'll always see that at a Christmas party. But what happens is, somebody introduced me to this boutique store, and I went and said, well, I want some of the wines that I'm used to drinking. This is what I like to drink. I like big, beefy reds, and I want a big oaky Chardonnay. And they had that. They said, well, then try this, and try this. And they were not expensive at all, under $20. And they said, but if you're interested, also try this. It's a little different. Well, the little wine that they gave me to try this that I would have never tried before on my own, it blew my mind. It was one of those really, really exciting moments that made me go, wow, I never expected a taste like this.
So there is something more to.
There's a lot more to it.
Okay. So how about if we take that note and we'll elaborate when we come back on the more to it.
Of course.
See what we can get into.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Mercier's has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
they're not all created equal.
that's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
Our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology,
all with one goal in mind.
to get you back in the game,
We call life
pain-free,
drug-free.
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
Get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Hey, welcome back to Off the Mat. We're talking wine here with Henry Scalfo, wine guru. Sorry, I have to label you
Well,
my
yeah,
wine guru,
okay.
because you just are. So
Wine guy.
we're back in wine guy. We're back in talking about your first experiences of expanding your.
And it's all part of that holistic attitude. It's to open yourself up and venture. So I had that. I was saying that I always drank certain types of wine, because that's what I was supposed to drink. The market told me that's what I was supposed to drink. And once I found this, somebody introduced me to this other wine. I was like, okay, this is really, really good. So I'd go back to this wine shop, and these were all artisan wines. And I said, I'd like something like this, or like that, or how about this, or what would you like to introduce me to? I want something I've never had before. And so that just kept opening up the door a little bit more for more and more wonderful experiences. And a long story short is I enjoyed this so much, I said to the owners, I said, well, listen, if you ever need any part-time help, I'd love to learn more about the wines and be able to help you at the same time. And because of that openness, they invited me in, and I got to work with them, and I learned from them. Wonderful people. Meet winemakers from Italy, France, and Germany. Travel to Italy and stay on some of these farms and watch how they do it and see the passion and see how dedicated they are to making something that represents their side of the hill, not just their region, but their particular plot of land, their farm. And it's good stuff. I mean, wine can get you to Italy. That's
Well, if for nothing else.
That's right.
Let's open a bottle and go to Italy now. So how do I start? I go, ideally finding an artisan wine shop.
Yes.
To help me.
I mean, if I may say, I'm partial to Moore Brothers Wine Company.
Moore Brothers Wine, you may say.
In Pennsauken, and again, it was a business colleague that introduced me to them, and we have a store in Pennsauken, Wilmington, Delaware, and Brooklyn, New York. And it's all started here, but it all started with that philosophy of there's a lot of places selling wine out there, but nobody's selling these artisan farmers. And these artisan farmers do such hard work, and they're so passionate about what they do.
So is there a little niche carved out in a bigger wine store that's maybe hidden or not so obvious?
You really have to get to know the staff there and let them know that you're looking for something artisan, at some of the bigger places, and they could probably steer you in the right direction. And some of the wines that we import, that we get, are available at some of the larger wine stores in small quantities. And if I may, one of the things I think that Moore Brothers does that's so unique is the shipped at 56 degrees.
I heard their stores at 56
the
degrees
stores
as well.
at 56 degrees. And you say, well, why? Well, because we want to maintain the temperature. If you're sitting in Italy, France, or Germany drinking the wine, and you always hear people say, well, the wine is so much different when I was in Italy, and I bought the same bottle when I was back here in the States, at my store, and it just didn't taste the same. Of course, there's the whole romance of being in Europe. Yeah. But a lot of that is, it goes on a truck from the farm. It's not air conditioned, that's not temperature controlled, and it starts to cook. Okay. And the sun's beating down, the guy stops for something to eat, the truck's in the parking lot, the wine's cooking. It goes on a ship. It's not temperature controlled. It's unloaded, it's getting driven to the shop here somewhere. And so now you've already got a lot of heat, a lot of temperature change on a product that really wants stability.
So it's doing some not so friendly things.
Not so friendly things, exactly.
So loving wine.
So what they did was, okay, we're going to pick it up in a refrigerated container truck, put it on a refrigerated container on the ship, take it overseas, unload it, bring it into our store. We have complimentary jackets when you come in because it's quite cold in there.
And gloves.
But it lets you know the care that was given to these wines and the families that make it. It's a really unique business model, so I would encourage people to go there and talk with the staff, because they could certainly help you for the holidays. You say, okay, I'm having a Cornish game hen with something, and they'll say, okay, we can help you pair that up. Really knowledgeable staff there. And I think you were mentioning that the holidays are coming up. What do we do? And
Right, so yeah, I want to bring a bottle of wine as a hostess gift. You
okay,
know.
I would say
I don't want to be that one that brings the.
don't bring the kangaroo. If you're the person that brings the
Please
kangaroo, check yourself and say, all right, maybe I want to back up on this, because that's a perfect example of an industrial wine. And
So not organic, not lovingly
No.
made, not to trash it, but to
it's a wine-like beverage.
wine-flavored beverage.
Well, you picture just the logistics. They're making millions of cases. They're buying grapes from all over. They can't control that quality so much.
Right.
So where does it really take place? It doesn't take place in the vineyard. It takes place in the vats. So now they begin adding
Things to
a lot of
counter
different
the-
chemicals for stability, a lot of chemicals. Well, make it look this color, add this purple, add,
Right.
well, we can't afford our barrels for this much, so we'll do oak flavoring, because people love oak.
No oak.
So now you've got something that just really doesn't represent anything.
So some of them probably don't even get grapes. They probably get grape juice to start.
Well, I would
possibly.
assume
But anyway.
you get grapes, they're buying from all over,
And-
but some of those experiences, if I may ramble, German wine is one that we always say is, oh, it's too sweet. Oh, it tastes like syrup. You know, and agreed. All my experience with German wine was always that way. It was too sweet. Once I had my first real German wine, it was a revelation. It was bone dry. It was crisp, and it was just had a sweet component to it, but it wasn't about the sweetness. It wasn't about that. There was so much more to
Right.
it. We've had Lambruscos. I think we all grew up with a commercial, you know, what was it, Riganiti Lambrusco or something. We've had those, and super sweet, because it's easy to
Right.
sell, and you can sell a lot of this. And actually, there's a Lambrusco on the table. But traditionally, a Lambrusco is bone dry, and it's a wonderful, wonderful wine. Frizzanti, meaning it has bubbles in it. You know, it takes people off guard.
Right. So maybe we can come back and taste a few and bring out
Sure, I'd be
or
happy to.
talk about being more mindful when you drink the wine as well, to bring out some of those subtleties in these.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're going to take a break and come back and talk more wine.
Looking forward to it.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Mercier's has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
They're not all created equal.
that's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
Our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care,
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology,
all with one goal in mind.
to get you back in the game,
We call life
pain-free,
drug-free.
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
Get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
And yes, laughter is good. Welcome back to Off the Mat. I'm Laurie, and I am talking wine with Henry Scalfo. We are about to get into some...
Yeah, so you've been eyeing those bottles.
Yeah,
I have. Are you going to open one of those? That's why you brought me here.
Or are they just going to sit there and be decoration? Yeah. So Henry's helping us to pick out some...
Not necessarily a specific wine.
Yeah, just a general concept of...
When you go in, be open to the if it's a good shop and you trust the staff, be open to their recommendations. Let them know what you maybe are planning on eating or what you're going to have for dinner, and they should be able to help you.
And it won't be so intimidating to go in and look
at all. It won't, because you look, exactly,
like,
we go in there and there's so many different, when you're like, what do you do?
What did I drink last time? And oh my God, I don't know. And yeah, so.
And then you go for your safety wine. Well, I've had this before, and that's okay.
And if you can't make it to the little wine shop that has the knowledgeable staff, go for the artisan wine selection and just.
If you can,
if
they have it.
If not, make the trip to Moore Brothers.
Yeah, I would recommend that. I would certainly recommend that. But with the holidays coming up, there's so many different dishes that would be prepared. There's so many different things you can drink. I mean, is it a special occasion? Are you going to break out the big Barolo for some kind of?
Do you actually like the people that you're bringing the wine to?
That's very important. That's critical. Is it worth the investment?
Do the people actually appreciate wine that you're bringing to? That's a consideration.
But doesn't that make a big difference though when they really do and they?
I mean, I have to admit that we've gone places and said, okay, we're going to drink this one. This is because no one else is going to like this one or appreciate it.
I believe it was you were joking, said to me that somebody brings you a wine, you say, oh, thank you, and you set it down, and then next holiday you give that same bottle back to them.
And they, oh, wow, great.
Or wasn't I supposed to say that?
No, that's fine. We have no secrets here. No, it's all good. So, continue.
Well, so for the holidays, really, trust the wine shop, and you can go online and put in what you're looking for, what you're having, and there'll be lots of websites that recommend pairings to get you started. But if you're going into the wine shop, ask the staff; they'll be happy to help you, and they probably look forward to someone that's going to ask, tell them specifically, well, we're having this for dinner. Okay, let's move over here, and we can find some things that work. And be open to their suggestions. That's important too. Openness. There's times where you make a recommendation that really is a great recommendation, and they say, "Oh no, I never drink that kind of wine." Okay, well, moving on.
Step out of the comfort zone, and yeah.
You asked, so be open for that and give it a try. Buy 2 bottles. Buy the one that was recommended, and buy the one that you think that you want.
Do a comparison yourself.
It should be an experience. It should be an adventure.
Right.
And that's now I'm eyeing up the wine.
Well, maybe as you open it up, I can ask you a few questions.
All right.
You want to open
coming in,
something.
There was interest in this
Show
bottle
us.
here, which was the Lambrusco. So we'll open that.
Okay. So as we were talking about the possible pretentiousness of wine and how you describe it.
Yes, of
and-
course, yes.
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 So what's the strangest way you've ever heard a wine described?
Oh. Well, I might be guilty of that. No.
That's fine.
Well, you know those things about how it has hints of plum cherry and dark currants.
Exactly.
And those things can be true, but
Some of them are
sometimes
a
it's
little,
camouflage.
yeah.
The verbiage is camouflage. You look at the shelf talker on some of these wines or what's described, and it gets lost. They almost all read the same because they're marked.
Blah,
in
blah,
points.
blah.
Yeah, and you might like those characteristics, which is great, but don't rely on that alone. I mean, try the wine yourself, and you.
Some of that reminds me of the art world and how you describe a painting, and it's this and it's that, and the artist meant this, and with the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo painted dark, moody colors because of this and that, and all the art history books. Then they cleaned it. It was soot. He painted with bright colors. It was all BS. And some of it, so you have
yes.
to have a little bit of humor and just see what you like.
Now this is
Right?
under pressure, Phil.
Okay.
So you might want to duck.
So as you're taking cover, Henry shows us how to open wine or not to open wine.
Carefully.
Oh yeah.
That is Lambrusco Frizzanti. It's you think frizzy Frizzanti.
Frizzanti.
That's the bubbles. So you'll see it's a beautiful color. Very light, very refreshing. So if you're sitting down before a holiday dinner,
So
and
this
you've
is
got cheeses or
okay.
salamis and just sitting out and you're picking with olives and stuff, this is something great to just
Beautiful. Or sitting down to meditate.
drink.
The
Or
lightness
for yoga
the
poses
yeah.
too.
Because you have to pair the proper wine with the yoga pose or yoga. So yeah,
Yes, we're
if
gonna
I
write a
was
book
doing
on that.
mountain pose, grounding, rooty, earthy.
Yes, this
what
is
wine
very
would I
earthy.
pair that with?
I would go with a Pinot Noir for that,
Okay,
for sure.
definitely.
You're welcome to try this if you're allowed to try it on camera. Or
Go for it. Okay.
no, they said yes.
So yeah, the chin chin, and was that started by the ancient Romans?
Tell me, I don't know.
I know. I was so as to be sure that yours wasn't poisoned by some of who you were chin chinning with.
Okay.
Some of their wine might get into your glass, so it was an assurance that yours wasn't poisoned.
I wonder if this is like the 16th Chapel ceiling
Yeah.
stories. So what you'll get from this, and it's a little hard to swirl in this smaller glass, but you get the minerality, you get a little bit of sweet component, but very light, refreshing. Certainly not sweet when we think of sweet.
So I think we can end nicely with this.
Yeah, we
Come
have
back.
a bottle.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back and we'll hang out and taste this a bit and come back for more.
Okay,
Apparently. Okay.
I'll be here.
So will I.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.